Professional High Priestess, and I have a message for you. So I was awake because I was like doing some work, and some of you guys may need to hear this, right? And this is just basic wisdom. Your reality, the sociopath's plight, they're coming to the realization that wait, this is my reality, not their reality. And what that is some people live in such deep delusional thinking, such deep delusional thoughts, such deep delusional lifestyles. They don't understand that the reality that they live in is not your reality. So because they've come to like a place where they're going through cognitive dissonance, where they're met with like information and facts and truths that contradict their lifestyle, they start to go through something that we call like the cerebral effect of that, where their nervous system is now starting to merge with the actual reality that is like the real reality that several people are currently living in, and that the Most High is actually like driving. See, there's the reality of the devils and the demons and the karmics, and then there's the reality of the Most High, us hyperdimensional people, the divine ones, etc. A lot of individuals are coming to the realization that's not the reality that they're living in. That's why they play in spirituality, because spirituality, playing with spell work, lying, things like that, playing in the church, pimping, illusions of power, give them the temporary escape that they want, to make them think that okay, this is the reality that I feel like I'm living, that I feel is true, and having this little bit of power makes me feel like this reality is real, and it's not. And this is why there's a lot of tower moments and harsh realities, right? And a lot of Ace of Swords, harsh truths applied with force, because individuals are coming to the realization, they're coming to the realization that they've been trying to impose their reality on other people, and their reality is false. And this is why a lot of people are going to have to come to the, in the near future, the sociopath is going to have to come to the realization that, whoa, just because I think this way and act like this way, and other people who are like sick like me create this like cesspool of thoughts and behaviors and actions, right? And ethics and values that are really not, but just like, I guess, like archetypes that they create and they live by, and fake rules and codes of ethics that they live by. Just because I live like this doesn't mean this person lives like this. Just because I think this doesn't mean that this person thinks like this. Just because I'm doing this doesn't mean that that's the reality. And this is where we come into karmics trying to orchestrate your reality, right? And when your mind is really strong and you're like, nah, like this is my reality, that's yours, go live over here, I'm gonna live mine. They come into what we call harsh opposition, right? And this is where you have like mastery over yourself, where some karmics are going to come to learn in the near future that this is not the reality that you can come and impose your reality on. You're coming over here, I'm running a whole different operating system. I'm running on like a Mac, you're running on Linux or Windows. You see? I'm running on Android, you're running on Apple, and that's fine. That's your reality. Other people co-sign to that reality, but this is the reality that I live in. And when they're trying to impose their reality on you, they're trying to change up your code, the way that your mind is programmed, right? So with this, that's a type of spell. And I'm saying this again because a lot of you guys are going to be going into this space where a lot of people are going to be going at you harsh with their delusional ass way of being and thinking. That doesn't mean anything. You can think that all you want. You can act that out all you want. You can believe that all you want. That doesn't mean it's true. And then when they're met with harsh opposition, they keep on going harder and harder and harder, because the opposition that they're getting, the consequences that they're getting for living in an illusion is so harsh, they feel like you're the problem. No, if only you can just believe in this and act like this and do this, I'll be okay. And everything will be okay. And that's not true. And a lot of individuals are going to come to the realization, I tried so hard to make this person believe in this reality, to do this and to do that and to think this and to think that. And I got nothing but chaos and destruction, because we're going into a space where it is impossible mathematically. It's impossible chemically. It's impossible physics wise. It's impossible energetically and spiritually, even biologically, right? And in this case, that would be like a mutation, right? It's going to be absolute, because even certain mutations that we see on the planet, it's basically the Most High showing you that in a different place, somebody tried to force two realities together, and this is what you got. Right? So now what people are going to have to start to see is like, whoa, I tried to force two realities together, or try to impose one reality over another, or try to separate two realities so I can impose another, and I got a mutation. And this mutation, I have to live with it. And the only way that this mutation can be transmuted is I have to eat this like bitter medicine. My cells and my body and my mind and my energy system and all other energies I'm connected to, my finances, my family, my job, my reputation, they have to process this mutation I created, because I tried to create this false reality and no one wanted to enjoy. No one wanted to indulge. No one wanted to get involved. No one could get involved. The people that I manipulated to get in, they woke up, they pulled out, I have to eat this by myself. The person that had the strongest storage, because really what they're looking for, if you think about this, they're looking for a database to store all this air. And they want your clean database and your empty database and your filled database that's filled with nothing but good energy and superconductors and coils and things like that, right? And spirals to hold their like faulty essence and to hold their air and to hold their misformed reality. And it doesn't work like that. Not at all. And they're going to come to realize like, whoa, the operating system that I'm on is not even a match. I'm going to force you then to change my operating system so that I can be a match with yours. And it doesn't work like that. You're so in the negative, I wouldn't even be able to try. You're so in the negative, I'm not even thinking about trying. You're so in the negative, my mind can't even fathom trying. You're so in the negative. The fact that you're even thinking this is like proof that you are in the negative. And it is like a testament that you are in the negative. And you're trying so hard to impose your reality onto me. You're trying so hard to impose your way of being onto me. You're trying so hard to impose who you are and who you think I am onto me, that you're creating a bunch of error and you're creating a bunch of chaos, but for yourself. Because while you thought you were creating for me, I was able to transmute it. That's why a lot of the times these karmics think that they were starting shit in your world. But look, they weren't. They were really starting shit in their own world. Do you see? And this is where you get reactions like lynching. You see? Their reality is so delusional and so distraught and so chaotic and disgusting that in order for them to feel stable in their reality, they had to create that error. You see? This is where we get karmics forcing babies on masculines. Their reality is so delusional, so sickening. They had to force an error, you see, in order to feel stable in that reality. Because by focusing on that error and trying to make it appear real, trying to make it appear like it's true, it takes their mind off the big error that they're creating. This is where we get murders. Because somebody thought that their reality mattered more than somebody else's reality and created chaos. And they're dealing it with it in a different place. No. Some of you guys are like, why are you up talking about this? Because I felt like somebody needed to hear this, because you may walk into a situation at work and I have to deal with somebody else's reality. This is not my reality. Now, how do I get out of this reality? By continuing to stay in what you know as the truth. And eventually what's going to end up happening is you're going to continue to focus on putting your energy in the spiral direction, what I know is proper. And that means you also fall in line. And I'm in line. And that means because you fell in line and you're in the direction of the spiral, error cannot touch you. Their reality cannot touch you. And that's why you're going to go toe to toe with a lot of these karmics in the near future, because they try to put their error on you and it backfired and blew up. Now, for a lot of these sociopaths and these karmics, they're trying to figure out how to lie about the error they were creating. Oh, it wasn't me, it was someone else. Oh, that's not what you thought was happening. It was something else. Because error backfired and the mutation is very evident. And that mutation cannot be hidden, you see. And that's the consequence of trying to force your reality onto somebody else's. And a lot of you guys need to hear this. this. Because you're in situations where someone's trying to force their reality onto you and you don't know what to do. And you don't even know that this is happening. And it is. And I'm going to go to sleep. I'm going to leave out with that. Don't let them force their operating system onto you. Why are you downgrading? It's not possible. Some of these karmic saints, by forcing you into their reality, they're going to become more powerful. They're going to get completely even more demoted. Any power they thought they were going to get from you, they lose more than what they had in the beginning. They lose everything. And for them to even try to like get near you to try to force the reality, they have to jump through several hoops. And for some of you guys, that's why the Most High did that. So they will permanently be in a situation where they can't even think about coming to enforce the reality on you or play games with you or do what they think is competition, which is really like being destroyed. Because they're going to be so deep in the negative, the nearest is rare, which we talked about, that negative spiral. For them to even get into your flow, which is the positive spiral, they're going to take lifetimes to get there. They have so much karmic debt, so much negativity, so much debt that they have to process and consume and turn into life and light. It's not possible. And there we go. Thank you. Because these people that are trying to impose their reality onto you, they've filled their databases with trash and garbage. And they don't want to clean that out and try to build and be like you. So they rather try to invert your database and fill that with trash. Instead of sitting down and staying in their lane. And now they're going to have to be stuck in that reality. And this is a spell in the hyperdimensional language. It's a state of mind. And it's called Irgrir. And that means that I've ran into so many circles. I've ran so many circles mentally around myself and others that now I'm trapped in the middle of a knot. And the only person that can unwrap me is God. But God doesn't want anything to fucking do with me because I'm a clown. That's deep. The hyperdimensional language is wicked. Have you ever heard anything like that? Nah. And some people are going to find themselves like literally in worse than a pretzel. And they're going to have to talk about how they got themselves into that mutation. Because some mutations can only, for the thing, and this is a biological thing, some mutations have to be destroyed by the host that created it. And this is kind of like the theory behind cancer. We pump a bunch of this into your energy field. It creates so many of these negative cells just like it that they will then overpower and infiltrate and then will kill those old cells. Right? And these individuals don't know that they are their own cancer. In the minute, they're going to have to process all that bullshit on their own. So you guys may be dealing with people trying to impose on your reality, saying things about you, doing this and doing that. That's their reality, and they don't realize that. And that's where they end up meeting harsh opposition. That's their problem, not yours. Continue to be that strong force. Continue to stay in the spiral and let that shit go right back to center. I promise you it's going to reverse. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Bye.